Our next speaker is His Eminent Sheikh Dr. Shawki Ibrahim Allam, the Grand Mufti of Egypt and President of the General Secretariat for Fatwa Authorities Worldwide. Your Eminence.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, all praise is to you, O God, and peace and blessings be upon our Prophet Muhammad and upon the members of his household and companions. Ladies and gentlemen, may the peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon all of you. At the outset, allow me to express my overwhelming pleasure over our gathering in this virtual forum held under the generous auspices of the King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz International Center for Interfaith and Intercultural Dialogue. And let me express my gratitude to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for hosting this meeting. Let me also thank His Excellency Secretary General Faisal bin Muammar, Secretary General of KAICIID. Let us all, leaders, individuals, and institutions, cooperate to participate in the G20 Religious Values Forum. This forum is based on fundamental issues of concern to all humanity within the broad framework of the United Nations Goal of Sustainable Development. Each issue reflects the extent of the impact of every event and incident occurring in this world and of every action undertaken towards progress and development. The reason for this is that the entire world has literally become a small village. Therefore, anything that happens, no matter how fleeting or localized, breaks barriers and impacts even the remotest parts of the world. Perhaps the outbreak of the novel corona pandemic is the greatest testament to this contemporary phenomena, since we all have come in direct contact with its consequences and observed its effects. This, as well as other intellectual, social, and health pandemics, represent shared challenges that require us all to open channels of direct dialogue with each other in an effort to find solutions to problems facing the world. We need to establish a dialogue that doesn't turn into a unilateral communication aimed to defeat the opposition. Rather, dialogue should be an attempt to understand the other, to build bridges of understanding and cooperation in application of the will of God Almighty, who created us nations. As He said, He created us of nations and tribes so that we may know each other. God Almighty has mentioned in the Quran that He didn't create this diversity and plurality in vain. He says, and if your Lord had willed, He would have made mankind one nation, but they will not cease to differ except whom your Lord has given mercy, and for that He created them. He also says, O mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female and made you nations and tribes, that you may know each other. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of God is the most righteous. Indeed, God is all-knowing and acquainted. There is no doubt that people disagree about beliefs and religions, though their agreement on morals is never open to question. It is by virtue of morals that humans coexist with each other in peace and security, provided that they live according to a social contract and a single moral norm that cultivate in them the sublime meanings of truth, honesty, cooperation, in righteousness and virtue and mutual respect. Perhaps the most important things that morals enhance is peaceful coexistence and security. Consider the pursuit of knowledge in the sense of becoming acquainted with different cultures and religions from their religion, authorities, sources, and not from bias, rumors. The stability of moral values suffices to maintain societal peace and security regardless of differences in beliefs and religions. Any abuse of the acknowledged moral code will ultimately lead to disastrous and dire consequences. Hence, we are truly in need of mobilizing these values and turning them into a tangible reality in our present times. This is especially true in light of the escalating danger created by the evil forces fanning flames from of hatred, intolerance, discord, sectarianism, extremism, and terrorism, and the attack on human dignity. We are in dire need of expanding the greatest efforts to consolidate values, morals, and norms of public decorum in societies via religious, media, educational, and artistic institutions. We can do this by developing initiatives that activate these sublime values in order to eliminate hate and restore love and peace. We are in dire need of having our contemporary media cooperate in fostering love and fraternity and not in spreading hatred and stoking the fire of division. We are in dire need of having our contemporary educational system train students, both young and old, to achieve complementarity through accord and harmony and in spite of their differences. We are in dire need of having our institutions promote peace, love, and dialogue in both word and deed. In this regard, scholars of Islamic have undertaken the responsibility of promoting the true image of Islam, which we hope will provide the world with a better understanding of the principal values and love manners of Islam. Our participation in this year's forum comes in this context. As I said, we are in dire need of having our institution promote peace, love, and dialogue in both word and deed. Also, as mentioned before, we, being scholars of Islamic law, it's our responsibility of promoting the true image of Islam, which we hope will provide the world with a better understanding. Ladies and gentlemen, Egypt's Dar al-Ifta has sought to move in swift paces to promote unity, consolidate fraternity, and eliminate hatred in the field of fatwa issuance. Towards this end, we have established the General Secretariat of Fatwa. Authorities to engage in dialogue and cooperate righteousness and piety, as well as to bring Muftis together on the principles of love, peace, and in rejection of hatred. Egypt's Dar al-Ifta and the General Secretariat for Fatwa authorities worldwide were keen on translating these values in their events, fatwa statements, initiatives, and various international conferences. In addition, Egypt's Dar al-Ifta has established its various observatories and launched its initiatives to serve this noble purpose. For instance, we established an observatory to monitor fatwas inciting hate which extremists strive to spread across the globe and falsely attribute to Islam. This observatory, the Observatory for Monitoring Takfiri Fatwas and Extremist Ideologies, was established simultaneously with another observatory created for the purpose of monitoring hate practices in its other form. The latter observatory, the Islamophobia Monitoring Observatory, is mainly concerned with monitoring hate against both Islam and Muslims worldwide. We have likewise launched the Global Fatwa Index to measure the fruits of moderation and repercussions of hatreds on fatwa issuance. Both observatories and the Fatwa Index have yielded profitable results, and we expect more. There's no doubt that alongside these initiatives and the good intentions of others, we need the support of educational curricula and media platforms. It is moreover important that every family and indeed the entire society, including its government, civil institutions, apply the outcomes of these initiatives so that they may bear the desired fruit. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure at the end of my speech to thank you all for this kind invitation. Finally, I cannot but ask God Almighty to help us spread the culture of coexistence, peace and security among all mankind, and to strengthen our resolve to exterminate the roots of fanatism, radicalism, and violence from on the minds of our children and of every sect and religion. For goodness to prevail, humankind needs to live in peace, security, and cooperation. And our last supplication is all praise is due to God, the Lord of the worlds. Thank you, and may peace and blessings be upon you.